I got word of a remarkable site hidden in this vast forest. A military fighter bomber that crashed nearly 60 years ago, leaving significant wreckage sprawled across this mountainside. Intrigued, I was determined to navigate a way to unveil the remnants that crafted this notable story. Alright, so back in December of 1967, two Republic F-105 Thunderchief fighter bombers were practicing combat maneuvers and strategic skills and whatnot and drills over the Sequoia National Forest. And I think they took off originally out of George Air Force Base, which actually have been there and documented that in the past. One of the pilots, Robert Delaney, entered a high nose flat spin and it was deemed unrecoverable, and he was able to eject successfully. And I think he was found a little over a mile away from the actual crash site. It's gonna be a great hike. I'm excited. Let's get moving. So when I was doing research on this site, there really wasn't a lot of information that was easily accessible, and partly reasons to safeguard and preserve the site, because unfortunately you never know with people nowadays. People like to rob others from exploring and uncovering history, and it's a shame. I do feel like the more remote you are out here, then the percentage of that happening does go down. But this is just beautiful though. Got these big, beautiful sequoia trees. And check out these pine cones. These things are huge. It takes up your whole palm of your hand. And now actually these are not even giant sequoias, which are going to be located closer to the actual Sequoia National Park, but sequoias can be as old as several thousand years old, as much as over 3,300 years old. It's just crazy. So based off of the blogs and articles and photos that I was able to obtain, as well as actually I was able to locate a official crash location database. It was like a ledger that was actually published by the U.S. Air Force. So given based all of that, I feel like I'm inclined to have a fairly accurate search area. And man, there's more just destruction with all these trees. Look at that one. And this is really weird because you can see the whole lower trunk of the tree there is charred, but then toward the top, she sprouts life. See, the fire just spared the top. Look at this big tree. Beautiful tree here. Now they say the rings indicates the life of a tree. If you want to get counting the rings, that is quite a lot. Oh wow, I can't see it. There's a blue jay. Dang it. Couldn't catch him, but I saw it with my eye. There's a blue jay that swooped down to that tree right there, and then he now went around into those bushes, but that was beautiful. He's flying away over there. Remnants of a little campsite or hangout spot. A couple grills here. Looks like they haven't been used in some time, but let's go ahead and wedge this. At this point, I had to divert off trail due to overgrowth, but I knew I was getting close to the site. I think we're getting close, but we have to now traverse up through these rocks. Not really a path anymore. Those boulders, those are cool. They're like leaning against each other like that. Oh my god. Alright. Whew. Oh, here's our first clue, you guys. There's a piece right there. We're definitely in the spot now. So this debris is going to be spread out all over the place. Here's more right here. Here's a label we can actually make out. Circuit breaker, AC. I saw a big piece over in here. Let me get some electrical. This looks like the remnants of one of the original frames for the windshield. You can, oh yeah, you can still see broken pieces for where the glass would sit. I really couldn't make out this debris, but I was drawn to the sophisticated wiring throughout. Oh, and here is the holy grail right here. Oh yeah, this is the main debris field. Starting from here and going down into there. Looks like part of the engine is wedged in between those rocks there. Let's see if we'll get a closer look. But there's just debris all over the place. You can see the pure amount of just fragments all over. Look at the melted aluminum right there. So this is going to be, looks like the main rudder. Look at that. That is cool. It's got the old classic Vietnam era camo, which is pretty cool. Oh, look at this, guys. This is the original Pratt & Whitney J75 turbo jet engine, and at the time it was the largest single engine fighter aircraft built. So as I was leaning over to get a closer look, I dropped one of my gloves under, all the way down under there. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. Well, it's not going anywhere. It's landlocked by that rock, this rock, and the side there. So it's not going anywhere, but let's just make this quick. This is crazy, man. Only I would do this. It would be my luck that this would happen. How many people could say they've done this? It wasn't planned, but okay. Whew. This central kind of rock area is, based on all the debris field, is going to be the main impact site. Debris it pushed further up the hill, as well as the central section, and then even into the lower sections. This looks like part of the landing gear right here. Thing is huge. A bunch of other debris scattered down in there. And you can see where other people that have been here, you can see that where other people have been here have maybe put some notable pieces up on these rocks here for others to come across and look at. Wow, all these giant hoses and piping, and I think how sophisticated these aircrafts that were man-made is just astonishing. The first production of the F-105 Thunderchief was delivered to the Air Force back in 1958, playing a key role in the Vietnam War, flying more than 20,000 missions, but nearly losing half of the aircrafts in combat. Armed with an arsenal of bombs, missiles, a 20mm M61 Vulcan cannon, and the ability to carry nuclear weapons, they were extremely versatile. Unfortunately, they were fully retired from service by the early to mid-80s. Wow. You can just see where it's completely just serrated from impact. Goes all up into these rocks. It's just scattered everywhere. I don't see any up that way. Holy cow, look at that. The amount of wiring work just in this component alone is crazy. What do we got here? That's heavy. All the electrical components within that is crazy. That's heavy too. You can vaguely make out, it says warning, do not, something glass. Can't fully make out what this middle section says. Ooh, and this is the very tail, the very end of the aircraft. Look at that. Now, this component known as the speed brake assembly was crucial for controlling speed of the aircraft, and especially during combat and in-flight refueling. A lot more of a debris field here. Oh, this is where one of the main wheels would have been. Obviously the rubber is completely burned off. There's nothing left of that, but and one of the other landing gears. The journey to the site was more than just a walk through rugged trails. It crafted a story, a staple of military aviation history, with sounds of wind howling and nature thriving. The fragments that remain perched on this mountainside symbolize a testament to human ambition and the relentless passage of time.